In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this cool little reindeer using some simple shapes, basically circles, triangles, and an oval shape. We're going to use slightly different colors to this example because we are going to make it using the Christmas clay pack, all right, that I've put together for you guys. So let's watch that video. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a simple reindeer that we can hang from our Christmas tree using some colors from my Christmas pack. We've got sienna, emerald, scarlet, azure, and black. Now you could change the colors up. You can see that that reindeer is lighter. Okay, when we first get the clay out of the bag or the container, it can break apart really easily. What we need to do is start what we call forming it, mixing it together. And the more we push it together and mix it up, the better it's going to get to use, and it gets softer. Now you could see some of the green coming onto my hands. We will want to keep our colors clean. Just shift that white out the way because I don't need it. I'm just going to move these. Okay, we're going to start by rolling out the clay. So we're going to start with the sienna. And I like to roll it one way, turn it around, roll it the other way, turn it over, roll it all different directions. This clay is Mont Marte, making nice make and bake polymer clay. Okay, we want to roll it out so it's about just under 5 mils thick, between 3 and 5 mils. Okay, not too thin, but that's perfect. Now when we cut our objects, rather than cutting in the middle, kids, we want to cut from the edge. So I'm going to press down on that, give it a gentle rub around. There we go. We have one of our circles, and then we're going to cut another circle out. So this is that's the head, that's the body. We're just going to get rid of that brown out the way. We don't need that at the moment. Okay. So a couple of circle cutters are super important. If you don't have one, what you could probably do is get like a lid and cut around the lid with a nice thin knife. See how thin that is? I'm just going to press them together, push that on there and smooth it in. If you can see that. Do the same on the other side. Just smooth that in so it's nicely joined. And if I turn it back over, you can see that that's pretty good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of red for the nose. Now, I'm just rolling it into a ball with my fingers, and then it's a matter of squashing it down. Now you can see that that's more of a circle, so if we want to make it a bit more of an oval, we might just push down on it like so. And we've got ourselves an oval shape. Now, you can see that the mouth has been indented. We can do that in a number of ways. We can use a special indent tool, or we could simply use something that you may have lying around at home. For example, a pen lid. If you've been to my classes before, you know that I have a lot of Posca markers. So I'm going to remove that nose, and I'm going to gently, on an angle, press into that clay with my pen lid. So if you don't have a special tool, a pen lid can work well. Just off a Posca marker there. I'm going to press that onto there. There's my little nose. Now you can see, if you look closely on this one, we've got a couple of little nostrils, so we can poke that in with a pencil. Now I'm going to decide that one of my eyes is going to go here, so I'm just going to indent that with a pencil. Now this reindeer, people say that it's lost an arm. That's actually its tail, and these are the two front legs. The two back legs would be behind that we don't see. Hence why we've got that. Oops, silly me. I could have cut those other 3 little circles out from the start, but that's okay. Let's just quickly roll that out again. Get it to the same thickness. Okay. There we are. Pretty similar thickness. I'm going to trim, and trim. 3 little circles ready for the feet, 2 feet. 1, 2, push them into there. Make sure they stick. Every now and then it pays to pick up your sculpture and just move it. Now you can see that I've got the little tail on. If you wanted to make that a little bit more pointy so it was like a tail, you could change it and just pinch it. See how I'm just pinching that through there? I'm going to pop that onto there to see if it makes it look a bit more like a tail. All right, let's try the ears now. We're going to use that same little piece that we had before, and we're going to just gently trim out like a triangle shape. So I'm just going to round that off, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to bend that and to form the ear. Pinch, pinch, push, bend. There is one of my ears. Okay, push that up against your work. Now you could indent this into here with a pencil like so, if you prefer that the ear to look like that. Almost looks like a little bit of a dog's ear, but that's okay. Then we're going to put the other ear on, so I'm just going to wrap that around my pencil, round it off at the end, match it up. That is, these ears are bigger than what I did on there. It's not going to be the same every time you make something. Okay, that's the beauty of art. Yours will look different to mine. Even though we're using the same simple shapes, it can look really effective. Now, at the moment, it looks a bit like a puppy dog. We need to make that a reindeer. So we could use some green antlers. I've chosen to use green. I kind of like the idea of some cool green antlers. I'm just squashing that together. I'm going to pinch the antlers off. You can change the shape if you wanted to, but you can see that I'm just making a sort of like a teardrop shape for one. And I'll try and make a teardrop shape the same size for the other one as well. You could make them branch out if you wanted to. It's really a personal preference. And then I'm just going to indent with the knife to make some lines. And then we can join our antlers coming off from there. I'm just going to place it just underneath like so, and lift that up and just put it underneath there like so. So he's got two antlers, big smile, and now we're going to put some finishing details on, like a little bow. Okay, so we might flatten some of this nice blue. It's a really nice blue, it's called azure. So just squash it down, little triangle there, and we might as well do that. Triangle, straighten it up. There we have one of our triangles, and here we have the other little triangle for the bow. So you can see that this one is actually bigger than the other one. Oh, he's got a blue eyebrow. Let's get that off. You don't need a blue eyebrow. Okay, and then if we wanted to, we can get these little tiny black ones. Now this is where you guys, who have got smaller fingers than me, can get it, roll little tiny balls. Even that is quite big, so we might even cut them in half. They're probably good for the eyes, but we want them smaller for the little dots. So we might go cut, cut, and then roll. So we roll two little dots out there. Try and keep them the same size. They're the two eyes, and you can see how big my fingers are compared to yours. So you'll find it a little bit easier to do that. Now what we can do is we can pick up these with a tool. So I'm using a little pencil and my finger and placing them on like so. Looks heaps better with an eye. Could even put a pupil in there if you wanted to. Just gonna make that look a little bit better, that nostril. Let's pop some of these on. So we've got one in the middle, and then we've got 5 coming around it. Try and keep them similar sort of size. 1, 2, 3. Roll that into a ball. 4. and then lucky last, tiny little one, and make it 5. And there we have a little reindeer. If you wanted to put some little toes on, let's put some little toes on. I'm gonna go 3. I like the rule of odds sometimes. 3 little toes, keep that as its tail. We could even do something like this if we like the more of that type of smiley face. So indenting rather than dragging works better. For example, we don't want to do this to our clay. See how it all drags and looks yucky? We want to indent things. We can try and smooth it all over afterwards, but indenting can look really good. There we have our reindeer. Whoops, here we go. Come on, Rudolph, get off the table. Very good. Whoop, don't lose your body. I can see your body stuck and your head's coming off. Let's push that back on closer. Let's pop a little hole in from one side. We can go in from the other side with the pencil if you don't have fancy tools. And there we can then cook that. That's got to be cooked in the oven at 140 degrees. I've found is good for my oven, for about 30 minutes, and that'll make it nice and firm like that. Because look, at the moment that's nice and firm. I can even pick it up by the antler, but this is all floppy. Look at that, all floppy. That'll firm up. We have our cool little decoration, and that's just a simple starter for your reindeer. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope you like the reindeer. Remember, this is just a starting point. You can change whatever you want to with yours. And you can just tie a bit of a string through that once it's been cooked. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.